Hey YouTube, and welcome to Junkworks. Time to work on the Mustang. And first off, I'm not responsible if you hurt yourself, your equipment, or anybody else doing what I show you. I am no expert. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, don't do it. If you're not comfortable doing something and feel you're qualified to do it, don't do it. There you go. Now what I got is this super clean. Now, I know a lot of people use chem dip and all those kind of things, which I'm sure probably works better than this stuff, but lately people have been saying it doesn't work that great because of the new laws and things like that. And if you look on that, it talks about, you know, you can dip anything in it, plastic, rubber, blah blah blah, safe for the environment. Well, this even says you got to be careful what you put in it, some of the stuff to test it, but it's safe for the environment. So I'm gonna try this stuff. At least I bought this a long time ago, and it was, you know, less than $5 I think for this whole thing. Probably cheaper. I think it might even been cheaper than that. But regardless, I'm gonna dump what's left of this into here, and I'm going to try this because I've used this to clean up my tank on my gas on my motorcycle. I got a video on that, and it did a really good job of cleaning up the varnish and old gas and that. So I don't see why it wouldn't work for a carburetor. Alright YouTube, I don't know what I think yet. I've had this submerged. Ended up putting it in a bigger pan here, just to get it all in there. I could only get half of this in there, but it came out with all this, I don't know if you can see this, it's like crusty white stuff. And I'm hoping I didn't ruin things here. I guess had that crusty stuff on it, and as you can see, after I rinsed it off, and I still got some of it on there, I had to use like a toothbrush to try and get some of that off. I'm kind of wondering if that has removed some of the coating, whatever this coating is here. So you may not want to run out and buy some of the super clean to do this with. I'm kind of at the point of no return, so to speak, now. This is after, I don't know, not quite 2 whole days basically of sitting in here. And like I said, it's just really crusty, so I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to keep going with it, but we'll see whether or not that was a good idea. As you can see, I actually put it back in the super clean, and there's more in there. No, I'm not trying to ruin it more. Now I'm at actually kind of a testing phase to see something, because I realized whenever I use this stuff, I always mix it with water because it is pretty strong chemical. And I just didn't think about it and didn't do it, and thought maybe the stronger the better, and obviously I was wrong. So this is probably a little over a 50-50 mix of the super clean and water now. So I'm hoping, at least for testing purposes, we'll find out if this ends up ruining it worse, or if it, you know, works better. Who knows? And unfortunately, it definitely appears that it ate the plating off of here. It did clean it up pretty nicely for the most part. Even on the inside now looks a lot better. I've messed up that jet to where I'm gonna have to drill it out. I think I already talked about that. But quite honestly, I don't know, like, if there was a coating on here to help atomize fuel and that kind of stuff. This is probably no good. I don't know. I honestly don't know where I'm gonna go from here, but like I said, it became a test in the end anyways, just to figure out what it was and wasn't going to do. And I will say it definitely ate off the coating, but this side is really rough where it started eating into the metal almost. But once I put it down to where it was, you know, a little over 50-50 mix of water and the super clean, it turned out actually really smooth and nice. So, and there's not a bunch of the white chemical or white corrosion or whatever it was all over it. On April 27th at 3:53 p.m. I pronounced this carburetor dead. I can get it cleaned up, but by the time I take the time to do it, there's a good chance it's not going to work, even if I do, because there's just so much of this stuff that I can't get to in the orifices. Not to mention I can't get that out, the jet out of here. That was already really bad as it was down inside the bowl there, and I don't know as it would have, even if I hadn't screwed it up down in there, if I had been able to get it clean, because even with the too much chemical, it didn't really come too clean. I could sit here with a screwdriver and, you know, scrape stuff till the cows come home, and it's just a waste of time, and I wouldn't even know if it would work or not. So definitely do not do what I did. This was definitely a what not to do video here, and there was a bad and ugly. There wasn't much good involved. So even if I had done the water and the stuff, although it cleaned it up real nice and I was able to kind of scuff this up, every time I touch it, it gets this black stuff all over, which is, I'm assuming, some sort of coating that was underneath the coating that is coming off. So that would probably come off and go into the carburetor. I just don't know. So I'm going to call it. I'm not going to go any further with it. Well, YouTube, unfortunately, I'm going to call that a video of what not to do, because honestly, to go any further with this carburetor makes no sense. So I don't know where I'm going next with this. If I want to get another 2-barrel carburetor, if I want to just switch it to a 4-barrel right now, I gotta call around, talk to some people, see what I can find, see what I can afford. All those kind of things have to come into play now. So I'm not going to go any further with this one. Sorry it wasn't a finished video technically, but sometimes learning what not to do from others is also a good lesson. So, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm a jack of all and obviously master of none. You all have a good one.